Hello my friends, welcome back to another vlog where we discover and explore another wonderful and less known town. Welcome to our three-part series of Harper's Ferry, West Virginia. Please make sure to support this little channel by liking, sharing, and subscribing. Love to hear from you in the comments below. Today I will be taking you on a 1-hour train ride from Kensington, Maryland, which is just steps away from Washington, D.C. to Harper's Ferry, West Virginia. So for this 3-day trip, accompanied by my daughter, we took the train at the MARC station, which is one of the oldest and original train stations that still operates every day. Buying tickets is very easy and can be done on the same day in the station's machine. The pricing is very affordable and varies depending on where you are stopping. You can do a round trip or one way. I purchased 2 one-way tickets to Harper's Ferry, and that's the line that heads towards Brunswick. After purchasing the tickets, you can wait for your train inside or outside the station. The MARC train station is a historical landmark in Kensington, Maryland, and located in Howard Avenue, Antique Row. As you wait inside, there's a restroom and a bench and walls filled with information on the history of the town and train station. I have made a few videos on the town of Kensington Antique Row, so please check those out. Alright, so we are now on the train heading to Harper's Ferry, and as the train meanders through the landscape, we are offered with the best scenic views of Maryland's countryside and the Potomac River. Taking a train is definitely one of the best ways to get to Harper's Ferry because it's a very walkable town with everything very close by, but if you decide to drive in, there are plenty of parking spaces there as well. I personally really enjoy the train ride because the views are just breathtaking to me. With all the thick and lush greenery, the rolling hills, you can also see farms with cows and horses, quaint towns, and also occasional glimpses of historical landmarks that add to the charms of this journey. Some important things you need to be aware of and remember is that this town has lots of bugs and flies in the spring and summer, especially after lots of snow and rain. And we learned this the hard way, so I definitely recommend you to not use any perfume or scented lotions and instead bring a few cans of bug spray. The town is also very hilly, so comfortable shoes are a must. So what are we going to do in the next 3 days and 2 nights that we are spending in this town? So I really wanted to come here for the hiking and sightseeing. I've been here once before for snow tubing in the winter, which is a lot of fun. I do love towns that have a lot of history, museums, trying local markets and restaurants, and simply discovering new places that are not too far from where we live. Plus, West Virginia has such a divided reputation that I wanted to show the West Virginia that I love and appreciate. There are lots of small and very hospitable towns around. People are very friendly and real, and even if the economy is tough in this part of the country, the people make do with what they have and really know how to keep their heads up high. And of course there are good parts and bad parts just like anywhere else, but there are a lot more great parts that no one seems to want to talk about. So I will take you on a walking tour of the town, the downtown area that is very vibrant and full of energy. I will also show you where we stayed and give you a quick tour of the house apartment. We will go hiking and take the Appalachian Trail. We will also visit Jefferson's Rock, check out St. Peter's Church, and so much more. After a quick and smooth 1-hour ride, we are now arriving at Harper's Ferry train station. From the station, we are going to walk to the house we rented, which is 20 minutes walk from the station up the hill. I'm also planning on showing you many more towns in West Virginia this year, and hopefully you will enjoy each one of them as much as I did, and let me know what you think of them in the comments below. This is Harper's Ferry Station, which itself is a great testament to a bygone era with an architecture that reflects the rich history of the region. The passing trains adds to the charm of the town, creating a nostalgic atmosphere for visitors. So right off the bat, there's a very spacious parking lot where people can park their vehicles and easily walk to the town, which is surrounded by rolling hills adorned with establishments that have stood there for at least 200 years. And each side of these establishments is protected by historical societies to preserve their legacy. So as I walked away from the station, I was immediately and very pleasantly taken by the vibrant and charming energy of this town, with the historic buildings all lined up on the hills and cobblestone pathways. Lots of green spaces for picnicking and frolicking on the thick grass overlooking the railroad tracks, as well as a map that gives the visitor a quick history of the town that played a pivotal role in American history with a timeline. This street is lined with vintage storefronts, ice cream shops, a few restaurants, and a general store. This ice cream shop is very popular and always has very long lines. The next day before our hike, we stopped at this restaurant for lunch and got some salad and sandwiches. So let me remind you again, if you ever decide to visit this area in the spring or summer, just be aware of several types of flies which are very active during these two seasons, and that's because of the town's proximity to water. Here it's mostly gnats and lanternfly. Neither of these flies bite or carry disease, but they are extremely annoying and just all over the place. So whether you decide to go hiking, sightseeing, or simply exploring the town, make sure to protect yourself against these flies with insect repellent and wear long sleeve shirts when outdoors. You can also try using natural remedies if you like citronella candles for an eco-friendlier option, and avoid outdoor activities during the peak hours, which are typically around dawn and dusk. As already mentioned, the town is very hilly, so proper shoes is a must if you don't want to destroy your feet. From here, it was another 15 minutes up the hill, which was quite steep, and we were so exhausted by the time we reached our destination. But left to right, we were distracted by the beautiful views from the top of the hill. All the houses we passed were so beautiful, full of charm and character, all with its own uniqueness and the well-preserved historic buildings. And some of these buildings were actually turned into restaurants and museums that offer a peek into a very tumultuous past, such as the John Brown Museum, the Harper's Ferry National Historic Park, and St. Peter's Roman Catholic Church. Alright guys, so this is it for today. Next time I'm going to give you a quick little tour of the place where we stayed, and we will take a nice stroll around the town, hiking the Appalachian Trail, and give you more information on where to stay, and of course a little bit of history of this wonderful little town that I hope will get to your list of places to visit. Until next time, thank you so much for watching and take care.